close to 6 months, I'd been working at the Lonely Oak Ranch, lending my friend Jim Blackwell a hand. I don't generally stay in one place that long, but Jim had been sick. Real sick.
Afternoon, Vince.
Howdy, Sheriff.
How have you been? Hardly ever see you in town anymore.
Well, I don't get to town much since the old man's been under the weather.
Oh, yeah. How's old Jim feeling?
No better. And the doctor says he's not going to get any better.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Say, any sign of the Sacramento stage yet?
No, but ought to be along any minute. Why?
Jim Blackwell's daughter is on it.
Vint, what are you talking about? Jim doesn't have any family.
He did have a while back. Well, it was a long time ago when Jim was just a ranch hand. Only his wife didn't like ranches, so one day she packed up, took the youngster, and lit out for Sacramento.
How much do you figure old Blackwell is worth now?
He's got a fine herd of cattle, nice spread, and money in the bank.
Well, there's the stage.
Not much of a town, is it?
Not after a state capital.
Maybe you'll let me try and make it more interesting for you.
Now, that's an interesting offer. But someone's coming in to meet me, Mr. Bonner.
Miss Blackwell? I'm Vint Bonner.
Oh? Well, how do you do?
Well, I see you're in good hands. I'll say good day, Miss Blackwell.
Is he a friend of yours?
We met on the stagecoach.
I'll get you things.
How far is it to the ranch?
A mile and a half or so.
It's a quiet little town, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You weren't looking for excitement, were you?
No, Mr. Bonner. I wasn't looking for excitement. You're, my father's foreman, aren't you?
I've been working for him for a while.
For the last 6 months.
That's right. How did you know?
He wrote me about you. How is he? Any change?
No change. The doctor says he has a few more days.
I see.
I'll help you in the wagon. I was wondering when you're going to get around to asking about him.
I think that's being pretty hateful, Mr. Bonner.
It's Blackwell. Jim's a friend of mine from a long time back. I just think he ought to know for certain who's coming to see him.
I'm his daughter.
So you said in the letter. But for 20 years, you didn't show much sign of it.
I didn't know where he was.
But now you know.
Look, I didn't come all the way up here to listen to a cowhand insult me.
I'm not trying to insult anyone. I'm just being cautious.
Well, look, I'm Mary Blackwell, a legal heir, and I can prove it. And don't give me any trouble. You'd be surprised how well I can take care of myself.
Jim.
You took long enough to get back.
I'm sorry, Jim.
But where is she? Did she get here? Is she? Oh. You look a lot like your ma. 20 years I had to wait to see you. 20 years.
I have a picture of my mother. Would you like to see it?
Oh, yes.
It was taken just before she died.
Yes, that's Janie. She was a fine-looking woman. Oh, Mary, Mary. I'm sorry about all those years.
I know. But we're together now.
Oh, I was sure glad to get your letter. I've been a lonely man, Mary.
I tried to find you before. I didn't know you'd settled down. Done so well.
Yes. We've got a lot to talk over, ain't we?
Yes.
Not much time to do it.
Oh. Now, don't talk that way.
Oh, but it's true. You don't have to get soft with me. I'm a tough, hard old man, Mary. Not easy to get along with at all. Your ma found that out.
Now, don't.
Patron, you must rest. Later you will talk.
Yeah. I'm all right. I'm all right.
I owe you an apology.
Yes, I guess you do.
I won't give you any more trouble.
Hi, Sam. I think I'll take a drink.
Hello. Mr. Varner.
I thought you were with Jim.
He fell asleep. So I saddled a horse and came on in.
Your place is out at the ranch right now.
You want me to stay there all the time? I talked to him all afternoon.
Varner, the young lady and I are having a peaceable talk. Name's Steve Colby.
I know you, Colby. You're going home.
Listen, you big ox, you don't run my life, understand?
You're going home.
Hey!
Look, I said she's... I wouldn't do that.
Look, Honor, maybe you can boss those ranch hands around, but not me.
Keep your voice down.
I can take care of myself.
You're sure doing a great job of it. The first man you pick up with is a cheap outlaw that spent half his life in jail.
Steve Colby.
Now you go on upstairs and you get some sleep.
Vint, that you? Come in here.
Good night.
Jim, you know the doctor said you shouldn't smoke these.
Never mind the doctor. You tend to your own health. What's all the ruckus? You having trouble with that girl?
Well, she's a little tough, kind of headstrong.
She's your daughter for sure.
My daughter. Is she the only girl that got off that stage this morning?
Why?
Why? Why, you thick-headed cowpoke. That's the wrong girl.
Are you sure?
No, she had me fooled for a while. But I've talked to her a lot more since. I've tripped her up on at least a dozen things, and she didn't even know it.
But the locket she showed you, that was a picture of your wife, wasn't it?
You're dang right it was, and that's what I'm worried about. How'd that girl come to get it? And what's she up to?
Jim, it's been a long time. She was just a child when you saw her last. You could be mistaken.
Who's mistaken? I tell you, that's the wrong girl. Now, look at here. You find out who she is. Oh, quiet down. Go on, son. Go on now. You find out who that girl is. Never get anything done here unless I do it myself.
In spite of what Jim had told me, the next morning I could tell it wasn't going to be easy to get at the truth. I tried to talk to the girl, but she was always busy. Busy being helpful. Jim tried to get something out of her, but she spent the whole day acting like a loving daughter. By the time I'd finished working around the ranch, she'd even decided to let up on me.
Mr. Bonner? Vint? Well, can't I call you Vint?
Sure.
I want to talk to you. You've been acting so strange today. So is my father. Could you tell me what it's all about?
We can talk later.
If you'd rather, but there seems so little time left, and I'd like my father to love me. If he can. You still don't trust me, do you? I don't want you to be cold toward me or distant. Not either of you. Can't you stay and talk?
I better go see Jim. How do you feel, Jim?
How do you think I feel?
Jim, are you still sure about that girl?
Yeah, surer than ever.
But she seems straight enough, and she even seems fond of you.
Fond of me? Well, anybody'd be fond of me to get this ranch. And I ain't very easy to get fond of. She ain't the right kind of girl. My wife was a lady, and her daughter'd be a lady. This one ain't no lady. Not clean through. Can't you tell?
Well, I thought she was a little strange, but...
She don't know enough of the facts, Bint, about Janie and about me.
Well, it's a long time, Jim. What facts could she know?
I used to hear from Janie. She'd write and tell me how things were going and what a fine town Sacramento was. Yeah. And then I got one letter. Said she'd met a man. Said she'd like to be set free.
Who was he?
Oh, an important lawyer. You're going to be a big man in the legislature one day. Then the last I ever heard from her was telling what a fine wedding they had. That's why I didn't try to get in touch with him again. I wanted her to be happy.
You shouldn't have lost touch with your daughter, Jim.
Oh, she had a lot more than I could give her. Stepfather in line to be governor, maybe. But Vint, this girl didn't know a thing about any of that. I'm worried. I'm afraid something's happened to my Mary.
Easy, Jim.
This woman has come here to get my money. And that money belongs to my Mary, not to that little fake.
You all right?
Yeah. Look, son, you got to find out the truth for me. How she knows what she does know, and how she got that picture.
All right, Jim.
And hurry. Yes, I guess you better hurry.
Miss Blackwell, you out here?
Right here, Vint.
I want to talk to you.
You stay right here. I'll come back as soon as I can. What is it? Is he?
He's just about the same. Who are you?
Who am I?
A man should know his own family. Jim Blackwell says you're no part of his.
So that's what's been eating him. And you too.
You're wasting my time. Who put you up to this?
Don't push her around, Bonner. Everything she told you is true. Now leave her alone.
Colby, from what I've heard of you, you're just the kind to try and swindle a dying old man.
It's not a swindle. She is Blackwell's daughter.
Why is it so hard for you to understand that? Because I'm not what you expected me to be. You want the truth. This is it. I hate every bone in my father's body. And I'm here to tell him so.
Then you are his daughter.
Oh, you bet your sweet life I am. His only kin, and before he dies, he's going to know it. What's so helpless about Jim Blackwell? To tell me that. All he's done for the last 20 years is get meaner and richer. The only thought he ever gave to his family was when he was on his dying bed and I wrote to him.
But you didn't need him. You had your stepfather to take care of you.
Oh, I never had any stepfather.
But Jim said your mother married a lawyer, a man who could have been governor of the state.
Governor of the state? Oh, Steve!
Take it easy, Mary. Janie Blackwell never married again. She died while working in a Sacramento saloon.
But the letters...
I don't know anything about what she wrote him. Maybe she was too proud to tell him the truth, but I'm not. My mother worked in a saloon, and she died in a saloon. That's all the Sacramento she ever knew. That's all I ever knew.
Satisfied, Mr. Bonner?
Colby, go on home.
What for? I'm the one who found Mary's father living here. It's as much my business as anybody's.
I said go on home.
Go on, Steve. I'll see you later.
Make sure you get what's coming to you. It's a lot of money, Mary. Don't get cut out of it.
Well, you still think Jim Blackwell needs protection, Mr. Bonner?
Mary, go upstairs.
Oh, no. Not until I tell him exactly what I've told you.
You can't do that.
No? Well, just why do you think I came to this miserable town?
Senor, the patron asked for you. He is very bad.
I'll be right with you.
Well, I'm going in there with you.
No, you're not. The reason he never got in touch with you is he believed those letters.
Senor!
He's been a lonely man.
Did you talk to her?
Yeah, Jim, I talked to her.
Well, what'd you find out?
Nothing for you to worry about,
Don't
Jim.
hedge with me, you big clodhead. Get her in here.
I'm here.
Come in here. We got some talking to do. Sit down.
You feel all right?
No, I'm weak. I'm old and weak, and I'll give out. But I can still talk a little.
I'll bet you can.
Oh, he told you, didn't he? I can see it in your eyes. He told you that I'm on to you.
Yes.
You ought to be proud of yourself, leading me on to believe that you ain't no daughter of mine. Well, are you?
Jim, wait a minute.
I ain't got time to wait. My daughter was a lady. You ain't no lady. You're nothing but a fake.
You're right, Mr. Blackwell. I'm not your daughter.
Didn't you hear that?
It's true. I came here to trick you and to take your money.
How'd you know so much about me? Where'd you get that picture?
Oh. Oh, well, I knew your daughter. Yes, she was a very good friend of mine. She gave it to me.
Well, then, you can give it to me, then. You've got no right to have it. You got no right to touch it. Get it off your neck. Where'd you know my Mary?
In Sacramento. She was a wonderful girl.
I bet there was nothing hard about her eyes.
That's right. She was a lady.
That's a fact. Did you know my Janie, too?
Yes, I knew your Janie, too. They were both wonderful people. Oh, you know the man that Janie married? Well, he was always very kind to them, to both of them. He was a very important lawyer.
Yes, that's right. She wrote and told me.
Then after Janie died, why, he took Mary to Europe, I think. Yeah, they're over there somewhere now, still living.
That's very far away. Well, if you hear from her, write her about me, will you?
Oh, sure.
And Vint, you see that my Mary gets my money.
Your daughter will get your money, Jim.
Yeah. You're not a very smart young woman, are you? To try to steal from an old man.
No, I guess you're right.
You didn't fool me. Not for long. So I guess I can forgive you.
Well, thank you.
Mary.
I've got to get out of here. Will you drive me into town, Vin?
That was a fine thing you did. It took a lot of courage.
Oh. I only told him what he wanted to hear, that's all. I'll get my things.
You could stay a while. It's your home.
Oh, no. Thank you, Vin, but there's a man waiting for me. The kind of man that I'm used to.
I'll get the buckboard.
Mary. It fell from his hand.
Who has the name of Wild Horse Willie, rounding up wild Mustangs in South Texas and then running and walking them clear to Nebraska can make you just a little weary. The payoff when we sold the Bronx was better than trail wages, but I promised myself I'd stick to riding herd for a while. Less fussing, less cussing, and easier on the seat of my pants.
Sam Bass, he came from Indiana. It was his native state. He came clear out to Texas, and there he met his fate. Sam always drank good liquor and spent his money free, and a kind-hearted fella. you seldom ever see.
Sounded pretty good.
You look about as frazzled as me, cowboy.
Well, that could be. Of course, I'm a mite drier.
Well, this ought to buck you up. Nothing like a shot of red eye. I was mighty pretty. Sorry you had to see that, friend. Makes it kind of embarrassing.
For you or for me?
Could be both, I reckon. Maybe you heard of me. Ben Reed. Busted out of Fort Lyon. The reward should be pretty sizable.
I heard of you.
You might be tempted to spoil a pleasant meeting of strangers for mere money. Me? I'd be more than tempted to stop you. Awful embarrassing.
I'm not a bounty hunter, if that's what you mean.
You know, I like your manner, friend. I take your word. Now, be on your way. I want to get this leg iron off. You said you're no bounty hunter. I say I never shot a man in the back. But what do we do?
Well, I wouldn't like to put temptation in your way, so suppose we do it this way. I think it's only fair to tell you that I feel duty-bound to report this to the first lawman I see.
Well, that's fair enough. I'll be in the next state.
The jail had changed. It looked more inviting than the hotel. Hey, Milt.
Well, if it ain't Vent Bonner, well, I'm a hung jury in the Pollock. How are you, boy?
Good, good. Say, this must be my day for meeting up with drinking men.
Well, am I glad to see you.
If I remember correctly, you were looking out from behind these same bars the last time I saw you, and that's more than a couple of years ago.
Well, now, as a matter of fact, that's the story of my life, either in front of the bars or behind them. I haven't missed more than 2 Saturday nights since I built the place.
You're living in style. Say, who fancied up the jail?
Oh, we got a brand new sheriff. He might need a few pointers here and there, but I'm telling you, in a fight, he's just as cool as a polecat in the moonlight. Why, you ought to have seen him tonight. Hey, is that you, Sheriff? Come back here. I want you to meet an old friend of mine, huh? Sheriff Billy, Vent Bonner.
Good to know you, Sheriff.
Well, pleased to meet you, Mr. Bonner. Come along out of there, Milt.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Milt, why don't you try skipping next Saturday?
Well, Sheriff, you know I do try. That's my one virtue, you know. Well, come on, Vent. Thanks for the hospitality, Sheriff.
Sheriff, I ran into a drunk on a trail about 12 miles northeast of here. Said he'd just broken out of Fort Lyon. Called himself Ben Reed. We threw down on each other at the same time. It was a standoff. Peculiar kind of fellow. I don't know which way he was headed.
Well, I'll get a message off to Fort Lyon, see if I can get some information on him.
Thought I ought to tell you.
Mr. Bonner, I've heard quite a bit about you since I came to town. Folks say you cover a lot of territory.
I get around some.
Did you ever hear of a man named Blake Riddle?
Blake Riddle. Can't say as I have. Relative?
My father.
Supposed to be in this country somewhere?
No, not here in Cooper Springs. Somewhere in the territory.
You haven't heard from him lately, is that it?
No, I've never heard from him. I've never even seen him.
Tell me some more about it.
I was asking for information, not for help and sympathy, Mr. Bonner. Something struck you funny, mister?
Oh, don't mind my sister. You, my young friend. It's just that the sight of you wearing that star gives me that safe, good feeling.
Hi. You, like the flowers?
They're real pretty.
You acted so funny in church this morning, I wasn't sure whether you'd be here.
I'm sorry, Annie. I mean, that's the way it's always going to be. Till I do what I have to do. Believe me, I don't want to hurt you.
Don't you think I know that? The thing that hurts is to see what you're doing to yourself.
I got to keep looking for him. Till I know for sure where he is. How I made out. Well, after all, he's my father.
I can't fight against a ghost, darling.
I'll come back someday when I'm sure.
I can't promise I'll wait for that someday, Bill. Let's get one thing straight. I'm not a woman who'll do anything to get a man, any man, just because she'll never have another chance. This is hard to say, Bill, but there'll be somebody else that I can live with and respect and learn to love.
I can't help myself.
I'm sorry for you, then. For both of us.
Brent, you haven't been paying much attention to me.
I'm sorry, old-timer. I was just thinking.
Thinking. That's the way it starts with me every Friday night.
Matter of fact, I was thinking about that boy you got for a sheriff.
Yeah, you know, Vent, if I'm not mighty wrong, that boy's going to be moving on.
Well, it's only natural for a boy to want to know more about his father, especially if he's never seen him.
No, that boy belongs right here in this town and married up with Annie White.
He sure closed up tight on me. Do you know the story about his folks?
Well, it seems that his father brought his mother out west, and she was a delicate type. Pioneering was too rough on her. And just before Billy was born,
she give up, went back home. And after she died, Billy come out here. And then Billy was going through an old trunk of his mother's and found a letter from his daddy. In it, he said he planned to buy a ranch up in Nebraska, someplace. She never did answer that letter. No, it can't be. We don't have shooting scrapes in this town.
Bill? Be careful, please.
You got one now.
This is on me, Sheriff. Ben Reed. You hired me.
That's Ben Reed, the one I told you about.
Oh.
Fine. And I know right where to take him. He may be drunk, but he's still dangerous.
Now let Ben help you, boy. You're new at this game.
Thanks. Thanks all the same.
Bring out your best, bartender. This might be my last fling, and I want all my old friends here to help me jubilate. Well, do like I say.
I'd take that gun, Mr. Reed.
Where'd you come from, Sonny? I saw you before, but I thought you was playing hooky from Sunday school.
I'm sheriff of this town, mister.
I thought I told you to pour that liquor. Put that bottle down.
Nobody here takes a drink till I put this man where he belongs. You under arrest, mister.
Oh, that's too bad. Most boys your age would like to think of all they got to live for. But maybe you're different.
Maybe I am.
Now, what's your name, Sonny? Oh, just for the record. I always like to know a man's name before there's any unpleasantness.
Riddle. Sheriff Bill Riddle. You gonna hand over that gun?
Well?
I know what you mean.
I never drink Sundays after I eat. That's my one virtue. But
I'll have one with you.
That's personal property. You got a right to the gun and the belt, but that there belongs to me. I'd be obliged if you'd hand it over.
I don't believe it. He had it stuck in his gun belt. The only way I could find him was to meet up with him this way. Boy, this is sure my lucky day. There he is. A thief, outlaw, and a killer. My father. That's why I let me take him without lifting a finger. You said yourself he'd be too hard to take.
Look, boy, just because the man let you arrest him doesn't prove kinship. He could have come by this locket a number of ways.
I'm going to take him out on the prairie and let him go on his way. My mother must have seen something in him once. At least thought she did.
Where are you going, brother?
I won't be long. I'm going to go talk to Annie.
Now, don't do anything foolish. You belong in this town. Annie's just a gal for you. Now, listen to old Mill.
You sober?
Yeah, I'm sober.
Is he really your son, or is this just another out for you?
Yeah, I'm his father. Fine-looking boy, ain't he?
So you'd better start looking around for that somebody else you was talking about, Annie.
But the people will understand about your father, Bill. That you're doing what you think you have to.
They put their faith in me. No questions asked. I'm not letting them down. But I'm standing by my father.
But, Bill... I'll wait, or I'll join you anywhere you say. Oh, don't you understand?
Nope. What you said for makes a lot better sense. Bye, Annie.
He came from Indiana. It was his native state. He came clear out to Texas, and there.
What do you suppose he got it?
Oh, maybe he had it in his pocket.
Sam always drank good liquor and spent his money free.
Where'd he get the whiskey?
We were just wondering the same thing.
Did you give it to him, Milt?
No, honest to Pete, I didn't.
She gonna let your poor old man off easy, are you?
What are you talking about?
You ain't even dry behind the ears. The idea of a kid of mine being a sheriff, that's good for a laugh.
Keep talking.
I never thought a piece of junk I took off a dead man would cause such a fuss.
You explain that. What dead man?
Well, it was over the Whitetail, a town on the North Platte, about 10 years ago. Some folks over there got the idea that me and some other boys held up a bank. A safety committee came after us. There was a lot of shooting, and they pulled out fast. But they left 2 men dead. One of them was carrying a locket.
And you killed him?
Well, how should I know? There was a lot of shooting.
That locket wasn't worth much. Why would you steal it off a dead man?
No. It had a picture of a right pretty woman in it. I figured it was the rancher's wife. Well, I got the notion that I might drop by and see her sometime. I always had a way with the women. And she might get a little lonely.
That's enough. Kill him.
Wouldn't help anything. And at least now you know. You gonna be all right?
Yep. Sure. I was a fool to let myself believe a man like that. We better get started for Fort Line. I'll get the horses.
You believe me?
I couldn't say I do. I knew about that robbery in Whitetail. It wasn't 10 years ago, it was more like 3 or 4.
You got a good memory.
And that posse that went out after you. They came back without firing a shot. I knew every man in it. There wasn't one named Little.
One thing is true, though.
What's that?
His father is dead. And I killed him.
What?
My wife left me. But she never answered my letters. That's when I killed a man his father was. Or whatever he hoped to be. That was when I crossed the line. That was when I became Ben Reed. That was the end of Blake Riddle.
But I'd say there's more of Blake Riddle here today than Ben Reed.
Thanks a lot, old friend. That helps. And like I said on the trail, I like your manner. I like it real well.
Mr. Bonner. You tell Annie I'll be back. Tell her why.
I'll tell her, Bill.
Thanks. Bill? In my desk drawer, there's a deputy badge. You put it on till I get back, yeah?
Me? Well, I can't even take care of myself.
Ain't nothing wrong with you, Milt. Not between Sunday and Friday, anyway.
Deputy, huh? I heard a saying one time. There's so much bad in the best of us and so much good in the worst of us that it ill behooves any of us to talk about the rest of us. Last couple of weeks, I'd helped the boys on the Circle 3 fight off an epidemic of blackleg. Now I was headed for town, looking forward to a quiet hotel room and 18 hours of unbroken sleep.
Hey, Vin.
Howdy, Sheriff.
I was just on my way out to Circle 3 to see you.
Oh? What for?
Well, there's a stranger in town asking for you. Now, maybe I'm getting old and careful, but...
Well, did you get his name?
Well, that's what's odd about it. He wouldn't give his name, where he was from, what he wanted, nothing.
What did he look like?
Well, he was a decent enough looking fella, but he was all tied up in knots, nervous, jumpy. He wears his gun close to his hand and loose in the holster.
A lot of the boys do that.
With a cartridge in the chamber right underneath the hammer?
Oh.
If you need me, I'll be out to 00 inspecting branch. See ya.
A pound of caution is worth an ounce of lead.
Hi, Sam.
Howdy, Vent. Fella asking for you. Real jumpy.
Oh?
Look like a draw fighter.
Much obliged.
You bet, Vent.
Draw fighter or not, it was Friday night, and I was still going to get me a bath. I had a standing order for room 13 at the hotel every week.
Bonner?
Don't! What are you trying to do?
I didn't mean any harm.
You the one that's been asking for me?
I guess so. I'm Hank Wilson. I just came in from downstate. Heard you were here, and I asked for you.
Why?
Mr. Bonner, could you see your way to helping me? Giving me a hand? What I mean is, my life depends on it.
Your life?
This here's my room. Could you come in? It'll only take a minute to tell you.
All right. Sheriff Jay from Copper Springs is an old friend of mine.
That's why I wanted you to see his letter. Then it wouldn't be like a total stranger asking for help.
In other words, what you want me to do is to teach you how to use a gun.
How to use it better. And faster.
Why?
Because of a man named Kruger. Joe Kruger. Now, for almost a year, he's been hunting me. Trying to gun me down.
What's he got against you?
He isn't in his right mind. You see, I married the girl that he wanted. And then Alice died. It was having the baby that did it. Neither of them lived.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Kruger went wild. Said that I'd killed her. Said he's going to kill me if it was the last thing he ever did. Now, look, I've been running for a year. I got to face him. I can't just keep running for the rest of my life. Mr. Bonner, you got to help me now, please.
I don't believe in using a gun unless you have to. And I'm not interested in teaching somebody how to kill.
I don't want to kill anybody. I just want to be able to defend myself.
I guess we can do something about that. Here, put this on. Stand on the other side of the room. When I move my hand, throw on me. Not bad. You meet me at Logan's barn. That's an old barn on the other side of town, early tomorrow morning. We'll get in some practice. Meantime, get some rest.
Thank you, Mr. Bonner.
Howdy, Sheriff.
Hey, man.
Check those brands out the 00?
I sure did. They weren't too bad. Needed a little unraveling is all. You find that man who was asking about you?
He found me. I was just talking to him.
No trouble, I hope.
I hope not.
You know anything about him?
Only that he comes highly recommended by Sheriff Jay up at Copper Springs.
Old Andy J?
Yeah.
Well, that ought to relieve the strain, Vent. With all these years, he can sure spot the difference between a straight brand and a cross.
Yeah. But it's not often I promise to make a gun hand out of a man.
A gun hand?
Yeah. There's a fella been gunning for him. A man named Kruger. I kind of like the kid. I told him I'd teach him how to protect himself.
Is the kid running away from this Kruger?
He was running. He's come to a dead end. He's tired of running. He wants to face up to it one way or another. All right with you?
Well, there's nothing wrong in teaching a man to defend himself. Look, Ben, after all, if old Andy J says a man's all right, chances are he is.
Yeah. It is a responsibility, though, putting a gun in a young fellow's hand. Anyway, I'm going to give him a few pointers out at Logan's barn tomorrow morning. That's in case you wonder what all the shooting's about.
All right. So long as nobody gets killed.
God darn it. Now, if I could shoot like that, boy, I'd be okay.
You will. You've got the eye, the control, the coordination. But let's start at the beginning. You're losing most of your time when you draw.
Well, now, that's what I've been practicing on.
Practicing the wrong way. The draw is composed fundamentally of three motions. First, the sweep back of the thumb, cocking the hammer. Second, the fingers grasp the butt of the gun and lift it clear of the holster. Third, you level the gun on the target.
Where was I taking too much time?
Well, partly in the first motion. You're holding your hand too far in front of your holster. Oh, the thumb's hitting the hammer all right. But you're moving your whole arm to do it. Why lift the whole arm load of muscle, bone, and nerve? Hold your hand close to your holster. Move only the thumb and hand. Like so. Try it.
All right. How's that?
That's pretty good. You could save a tenth of a second that way.
It's Kruger.
What made you think that was Kruger?
I'm sorry. I got Kruger on the mind. He's a heavier fella, and he's got a red sunburned face you can't miss, and he wears it sideburns Spanish style. What's next?
Well, it's back to the Circle 3 for me. What you need now is practice, lots of it. 6, maybe 8 hours a day, till it's impossible for your thumb to miss that hammer.
I'll make it 10 hours a day if I have to.
After that, we'll see what else we can do. I'll see you next Friday.
Goodbye, Mr. Barney.
You going into town, Vint?
Well, it's Friday, isn't it?
Say, you remember that Wilson fella you was telling me about? The man was trying to hunt him down?
Oh, Kruger.
Ran into a fellow over at Daggett's. Caught my ear when I heard him ask if anybody'd seen a fella named Wilson.
What did he look like?
Well, he had long, Spanish-like sideburns and...
Is he still there?
Well, he's looking for a job. They didn't have any open. Last I saw, he's headed into town. That's a couple hours ago.
I better get over there fast.
I knew I had to reach Wilson before Kruger did.
That'll teach me to go barging into other people's rooms.
I've been practicing almost 10 hours a day. How'd that look?
Look good. You're doing better.
Thanks to you, Vint.
I guess you haven't heard the news.
What news?
Kruger's been seen around, out by Daggett's ranch.
Nobody knows my right name but you and the sheriff. I told them you were helping me, too.
Did you sign the hotel register?
I used another name.
Who is it?
Sheriff Landers.
Well, come on in.
Well, hello, Vin. I didn't know you was here.
What's wrong, Sheriff?
I got some news for you about Kruger.
What are we going to do, Vint?
Now, it ain't all bad news. He was in town, and he was asking for you. But I told him that you'd been here and gone, that you was riding north.
Thanks, Sheriff. Thanks very much.
You sure he left?
Well, he was packing the bedroom.
Yeah, but did you see him leave?
He heard the sheriff. He said he was heading north.
He'll be back. You got to help me, Vint. You can't stop now. You got to make me even faster. As fast as you. Don't you see, that's my only chance.
Nothing was heard of Kruger for the next 2 weeks. During that time, Wilson must have used up 50 pounds of lead in every tin can and Twin Forks. But his practice had brought results. stood me off again.
Yeah, but you hit it first, and that's what really counts.
Hank, I think you're ready to save another 1/10 of a second on your draw.
How?
Load 'em. In genuine firing from the hip, the eye looks at the target and signals the muscles of the hand where to point the gun. Just how the eye signals this information to the hand, I don't know, but it does. Now watch.
Well, how does that help?
You're already doing it, but you're making one mistake. Point your gun. You're raising your gun too high. You're waiting till you can see it before you fire.
You mean that takes more time?
More time than if you fired from down here without having to see your gun. Now try it. All right?
I did it!
Sure. A little more practice and you'll be saving 0.2 of a second on your draw. Important time because it's on the shot that counts. The first one.
Yvette, aren't you going to stay and watch me for a while?
No, I got a date with the sheriff.
The sheriff? Say, has he found out anything? You're not hiding something from me, are you, Yvette?
No, boy. You just keep practicing.
Goodbye, Yvette.
I didn't want to tell Hank, but my date with the sheriff was to go see Joe Kruger. We'd heard that he was working at one of the line corrals about 5 miles north of town. Our idea was to tell him we knew about his intentions, and for him to get out of the county and stay out.
Howdy. Man by the name of Kruger working here, ain't they?
That's right. You got something against him?
Just want to talk to him.
Well, I'm Kruger.
You the only Kruger around here?
Yep.
How about on the ranch?
I'm the only one.
Sorry. Wrong Kruger.
Now, how about that?
It's an honest mistake, Sheriff.
Say, I wonder what young Hank Wilson was doing out this way.
You saw him out this way?
Well, my deputy did, just about an hour before we started. Said he was really pounding leather. Here all the time, I'm thinking this kid's too scared ever to leave town.
I thought the same thing.
This is called softening the mainspring. When you cock the hammer, it bends the mainspring. The softer the mainspring, the easier and quicker it is to get the hammer back. Like mine. And it can save you 1/20 of a second on your draw.
I've already saved 0.2 of a second. That'd make me almost 1/4 of a second faster than before.
That's faster than 9 out of 10 men. Here, work on it. Work on it till it's good and soft.
Then I'll be faster than Kruger.
Well, let's say you'll be fast enough to protect yourself.
Maybe even as fast as you.
Maybe.
Remember the other day you couldn't even hit the can over the line.
That's right.
Why, with this spring softened up, I bet I could take you.
Hank, overconfidence could set you up for Kruger's gun. Overconfidence can get you killed. I'll tell you one thing I didn't do when I was learning to shoot. I didn't spend my time riding around the countryside.
Who's riding?
The sheriff's deputy saw you north of town this afternoon.
That's a lie.
You've got friends in this town, boy. That's a good way to lose them.
Friends. In this country, a man's only got one friend. This one.
I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to prove to you you're not quite as good as you think you are. You meet me at the barn tomorrow morning. Bring some tin cans.
You sure taught me good.
Let's try the last can. I'll wait for your move. That's 3 out of 3 for you. You're a dead shot.
Yeah, but you hit it first every time.
That's true, and it's the first shot that counts.
I know why you're beating me to the first shot. We're firing down. Now, if we were firing level, it'll be different.
Let's try with this one. You stand over there. When I drop this can, you draw and hit as fast as you can.
Anytime.
Now, you do the same for me. Anytime.
Well, I guess all I've been doing is shooting off my mouth. You're right. I'm not as fast as I thought I was. Maybe it's because I'm still afraid of him.
Let's see if we can put some of that confidence back by eliminating the blink.
The blink?
Something I've noticed about you right from the start. Just before you get off your first shot, you blink. That's costing you the difference between hitting the can here or here. A difference you might need.
Well, I could feel myself blink then. Well, that's what it is. Can I try it again, Vin?
All right. Ready?
I didn't blink! Well, thanks, Vin. Vin, about the other afternoon.
Yeah?
I'm sorry I lied, but it was me the deputy saw riding out to the Rockin' J.
Oh.
Vin, do me one more favor?
I've taught you all I can, Hank.
I mean, would you ride out to the Rockin' J Ranch with me? Right now.
What for?
It's just one last favor, Vin. Please.
What were you doing over at the Rockin' J yesterday?
I'll show you that when we get there. Come on!
All right.
Now, you wait here, Vin. I'll just be a minute. Now, don't you go away, Vin, because I got something to show you.
Hi. Can I help you? Well, I'm just waiting for a friend. What happened to Pappy here?
Oh, stepped in a chuck hole.
But it weren't his fault, though.
He never went down, no, sir. He's always treated me like fine china.
Kroger!
I'm ready for you, Kruger.
Get along, Pappy. You might get hurt.
Go on, get!
Kruger! How come you shaved off your sideburns? You think I wouldn't recognize you? You're gonna die, just as sure as you made her die. Alice was my girl until you took her. She would have married me if you hadn't stolen her. She married you. And you killed her. That's all.
It was you, not Wilson. She was my wife. But
She died. Wilson thought I killed her.
I'm a-waiting.
And he's been hunting you. He's talked about it. Made threats. But he's never had the guts to draw. Those I'm too fast for.
I'm giving you first move.
He's too fast for you now. I know. Now I can take him. Move away. He'll kill you.
You knew Alice was in love with me. That's why you stole her.
I didn't have to. Not from you, anyway.
Well, maybe you gave her your name. But it was me.
Don't push me, Wilson.
It's true. Only now she can't tell you because she's dead. Now get set, Kruger. Make a move.
Don't move.
He'll shoot me down. You give him back his gun.
Wilson, I made you a gun hand.
You got no more chance against me than he has.
And I'll unmake you.
You said I was faster.
Move away.
You're robbing me like he robbed me of her.
Move away.
I'm going to kill you. And then I'm going to kill him.
That letter you showed me from Sheriff J at Copper Springs, where'd you get it?
I forged that. I figured you would do almost anything for your dear friend Sheriff J.
It looks like I'm going to have to do just one more thing. I've never seen anything faster. Except
for the blink of an eye, the hand is quicker.
Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Will you get up? I knew darn well I should have gotten a lady mule. Will you get up?
How do you do, ma'am? Looks like you got some trouble. Give you a hand?
Young man, if you can get this consarn male mule up on his 4 feet, I'll give you $1.
Well, never mind that. Let's see what we can do. Just needed a little encouragement and understanding.
Well, here you are, young man.
I just got paid, ma'am.
I said I'd pay you, now take it.
All right. Say, maybe you could use a couple of matches, just in case. Aren't you a little afraid out here all by yourself?
Of course not.
Well, one lone woman.
Young man, I can take care of myself as good as any man that ever lived. And besides, if I did get into any trouble, I know how to handle this.
I believe you.
Sounds of the rude world heard through the day, lulled by the moonlight, have all passed away. Beautiful beautiful dreamer.
What's the town council going to do? Something's got to be done, and done fast.
Now, we're working on it, Mr. Black.
Joe, hear what she done to Pineville? My brother wrote to me. It was awful.
Yes, I know it was, but Hey, Vince!
Oh, hi there, Mr. Mayor. You men look like you got trouble.
That we have.
What's the matter? Did the Apaches break out of the reservation?
Well, it's worse than that. A lot worse.
What is it then?
A new kind of woman.
You mean a woman's the cause of all these long faces?
Well, it ain't funny. She just about wrecked Pineville.
What kind of a woman is this?
Well, she's something called a suffragette. Back east, these women clubs are campaigning for the rights of females. They say not only should they have the right to vote, but they should have equal rights with men in the home.
That's right. They're swarming all over the east like grasshoppers. My brother wrote to me from Pineville. He said one of them just left there was headed this way.
Well, what does she do?
Confuse the women folk.
By filling them with fancy ideas.
How does she do that?
By lying to them. Telling them they are just as good as men.
Now they should have the votes. Now, can you imagine what would happen to this country if women could vote? Here, Vin, look at this poster.
Ladies, are you your husband's mate or slave? Hear the word of Susan B. Anthony, Emma Burt Speaker, Town Hall today.
Uh-oh. Here she comes.
It's too late. See what I mean, Vince?
You can't tell me a little woman like that can cause much trouble.
Now, look here. Maybe you could help us. All of us here are married men, but you're a bachelor. Now, you must be pretty smart with women who've stayed that way that long.
I can't help it. She's not breaking any laws.
What do you mean you can't?
I came here to get some rest, and that's what I'm gonna get.
But, Vin...
If you'll take my advice, you'll just leave her be. Unless she breaks the law, that is.
They talk mighty sweet talk. But as soon as we promise to love, honor, and obey them, well, they give their cattle more privileges than their women. Yes, you bet. How many of you are killing yourself? How many of you lie awake half the night worrying while that man cavorts in the saloon, gorging himself on strong drink? Ladies, we have suffered too long. But the day is at hand.
Here you are.
You say there's nothing going on in there, then why don't you do it?
Because you're the sheriff and it's your duty.
That's right. You took an oath to defend us. Now live up to it, Dratton.
United, we shall have the vote and equal rights and our freedom.
Dratton, what are you doing in here?
Now, Amy, this here's official business.
Official business?
Ma'am, the town council just passed a new ordinance. Meetings of more than 5 ladies at a time is against the law.
What?
It's a lie.
They have no right to do it. Ladies, take your seats, please. Sit down, ladies.
Yes.
This is exactly what I was talking about.
You never saw so many wet hens. The way those women piled out of there. And you did it, son. Yes, sirree. You showed us how to get rid of that woman.
I did. I did?
Sure. You said leave her be unless she breaks the law. So we made a law and she broke it. Come on, get your clothes on, boy.
Oh, wait a minute.
Now, look, I want to get some rest. We're going to give you the best celebration dinner a man ever had. Come on, Duchess. Come on. Come on, Duchess. Come on, Ben. Come on in, Vince. You make yourself comfortable. I'll tell her we're here.
Thank you.
Hello, Vin.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Mercer.
It's been a long time.
That it has.
Woman, where's our supper? Well, don't you recollect that I told you I was bringing Vint home?
Yeah, I remember. I'm sorry for you, Vint.
Sorry for him? Why?
'Cause I ain't cooking your supper tonight. You ain't what? Cooking. Tonight or no time. Till you treat me better than you do that pesky dog.
You see, Vince? You see what I told you about that woman?
Miss Birch, if you please. If she hadn't come and opened my eyes, I'd have gone through life just being a slave.
Well, we'll go someplace we're more welcome. Come on, Vince. Woman, you're gonna regret the day you ever heard of Emma Birch.
Goodbye, Miss Mercer.
Come on, Vince.
And you stay out of here. And don't you expect me to do one blessed thing for you until you're ready to give me the respect I deserve. You hear, Henry Peabody?
Yes, I hear. Just you wait. We'll show that woman up.
You leave her be if you know what's good for you. Now get!
Like the old days. And Emma Birch really made this place come to life. Well, what are we waiting for? Come on, boy. I got a thirst. First drink's on the house tonight, boy.
How's the food here, Mr. Mayor?
Food? Well, it's not as good as Martha's, but who needs food, eh?
Why, Mr. Mayor, it's sure an unexpected pleasure to see you.
Sure is.
Little Peabody, where you been keeping yourself?
Well, Annie, you know...
What's the matter? Don't you like me anymore?
Sure he does, more than ever. Don't you, Peabody? That's right. Who needs wives?
Have another drink, boys.
I'm certainly glad you boys have come back to where you're appreciated. Mr. Bonner, I will get Lucy for you.
Ladies, I want a word with you.
Who is it?
It's me, Vin. Pete Mercer.
Oh, no. The door's open. Come in. What do you want?
Vince, you gotta let me stay with you.
Why?
She put me out.
Who put you out?
Martha, what do you think? When I got home from the fat dog, she said my place was out in the barn with the other animals. Now I ask you.
Well, what did you do?
Nothing. I didn't even breathe on her. Hope you don't mind my sharing a room with you.
I certainly do mind. Just because you men can't handle one little woman, I'm thinking of joining a cattle drive just to get some rest. Now you go downstairs and get yourself a room of your own.
Well, I can't. Ain't a single room left in the whole town.
You mean she told all the wives to...
Yeah.
And they did?
You said she wasn't dangerous.
The next morning, I decided to take a look around the town. You know, there wasn't hardly a man to be seen anywhere.
Ben!
Hello, Henry. Say, where are all the men?
Well, where do you think? Doing chores.
Doing what?
Yeah. The fool female said they wouldn't lift a hand until we gave them their equal rights. Well, we'll show them, by golly. There's nothing to do in a few simple chores.
For a moment.
Sure.
Mr. Bonner, the girls from the Fat Dog asked me to come to you.
What about?
About this equal rights business and Miss Birch. Well, she wants us to join up with the ladies of the town. Even go out to their headquarters.
Well, when Miss Birch talks about equal rights, I don't think she means just the married women. Why don't a couple of you girls go out and see if she means it?
I guess we could. Thanks, Mr. Bonner.
Now, just what is it you want me to do?
Oh, now, Vin, it ain't like we were asking you to do anything illegal.
All we want you to do is to go out there and ask her how much she'll take to leave town.
You mean offer her a bribe?
Well, what's wrong with that? Yeah, the boys are losing money by having to stay home and do the women's chores, aren't you, boys?
That's right. That's right.
So it'll be cheaper to pay her off.
Well, I don't think it'll do any good, but I'll try.
All right, Mr. Bonner, let's hear it.
Well, Miss Birch.
Well, sit down, young man.
Well?
What do those men think they have to offer?
Well, Miss Birch, this is not my idea. But they want to know how much you'd take to leave town.
Mr. Bonner, the last time I was made that offer, the man left town.
Oh.
It was my second husband. Surprised to learn I've been married, Mr. Bonner?
Yes, ma'am, a little. Seeing as how you feel about men.
I don't feel any way about you men. What I'm against is the way you treat us women. We're not lackeys. We want respect.
No.
You've got to start treating us as...
Miss Birch, don't go on at me. I'm neutral.
How can you be neutral? You're a man, aren't you?
Well, yes, ma'am, but, you see, I've never been married.
You a coward?
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, Emma, but we're ready to start.
I'll be right there, Martha. Mr. Bonner... Mr. Bonner, you tell those old fools that I'm not dealing with any bachelor. If they want to hear my terms, I'll see them at the meeting hall tomorrow noon.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, of all the low-down nerve. Well, if she thinks we're going to show up at that town hall, she's almighty mistaken.
Did you say what would happen if we didn't show up? Well, she did say that if you didn't, why, it would be another week before she'd think of making a deal.
What?
That's what she said.
Well, it's against nature. That's what it is. It's against nature, isn't it? Right. We should never have come here in the... I told you it was a mistake.
Gentlemen. Gentlemen. Ladies. If any of you men are thinking of making peace with your woman, well, you just better listen. Mr. Bonner, since you are neutral, would you mind officiating?
No, ma'am. This is a proposition set forth by these ladies here. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men and women are created equal. And that men and women are endowed with certain inalienable rights. And those grievances set forth by the women of Roan Horse shall be recognized, and each husband shall sign a pledge swearing to correct his faults.
Pledges? Faults? What faults we got?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Bonner.
Bonner's a traitor. Worse than that, he's a bachelor.
Hey, I thought you were on our side.
What's the matter with you?
Ladies, would each of you state the grievance you have against your man? Mrs. Peabody.
Spitting on the floor. Always missing the cuspidor.
I hit it half the time.
Belching at the supper table.
Well, I want him to stop kissing the dog and start kissing me.
These are the pledges. If you men accept these conditions, you'll sign.
Never. We ain't signing nothing. That's right. What do you think we are, sheep? I'm getting out of here. Come on, boys. Well, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Well,
I thought you were on our side.
You're not gonna sign, huh, boys?
Of course not. Are we?
No. No, indeed.
Well, you're the mayor, Pete. We'll do as you say. What do you mean you'll do as I say? Ain't you got gumption enough to walk out of here alone?
Oh, Henry, can I talk to you for a minute alone?
Excuse me. Why, you lily-livered...
John.
Ralphie.
Well, Mayor, looks like it's going to be a long, cold winter for us. Not for them, huh?
Let's have some dinner.
Just a minute, Vint. You got a pencil?
Just happen to have one here. Oh, yes, Miss Birch. Well, I guess you did what you came here to do. Of course, I can't rightly say I think the men are going to get used to the new order very quickly.
There's nothing like a marriage that's based on an equal partnership.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Tell me something, Mr. Bonner.
Yes, ma'am.
Why are you still a bachelor?
Well, Miss Birch, I just,
Oh, come on now. You ought to settle down. I've got the loveliest daughter back
You
east,
have. Well,
just
Miss Birch,
22. Oh, she's a fine
got a
girl
horse.
with a fine girl. Fine character. She takes after me, Mr. Bonner. I raised her myself. You go, Mr. Bonner. She's a lovely girl. Mr. Bonner, where are you going? Mr. Bonner, come back here. Come back. Don't be a coward. It's the only natural thing to do.
Fletcherville wasn't any gay Paris or anything, but coming off the range, it was buildings and people. Things I'd begun to miss. It was other things, too. Wanted. Dead or alive, Billy Sparks, for murder and mayhem. Well, guess that came along with the town, along with buildings and people.
Get out of here!
Tough, aren't you? Pushing a woman around, that takes some real men.
You're not wanted around this town, Mrs. Sparks. It's time you understood that.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Sparks, but you stay away. All you bring is trouble. Your own Paul won't lift a hand to help you. I can't help you no more, Mrs. Sparks. I can't help you no more either. You're big, brave men, when all you have to fight are women and boys.
Helen Brecker. You do remember me, don't you?
Vint Bonner.
That's right.
Thanks for speaking to me, Vint.
Thanks for speaking. As bad as all that?
You just saw. Good citizens of Fletcherville don't waste words on Billy Sparks' wife. They won't like the idea of you talking to me either.
You don't think I'd let that bother me, do you?
Maybe it should. You just saw what they did to poor Tommy.
Where are you living now?
Cabin out at the end of town. Was the one my father built when I was a girl, remember?
By the way, how is Strad?
That was him you just saw right off on the horse. It's the first time I've seen him myself since I came back to Fletcherville. He sent word that I could use the cabin. No one was living there anyway. But I wasn't to come near his home or see him for as long as I live. Get up.
Vint Bonner, aren't you?
That's right.
You a friend of Helen's?
I know the Bricker family.
You know Billy Sparks?
I've heard of him. You'd be Dave Fletcher's son.
I was. Before Billy Sparks killed him. Any news yet?
Not yet, Mr. Fletcher.
Jim, what's going on?
Quiet, Ivan. Dave Fletcher built this town, Vent. Ain't a man, woman, or child in Fletcherville who isn't beholden to him. Billy Sparks shot him down in cold blood.
That explains the poster.
That was over a year ago. Billy held up his bank, that's when it happened. Well, they just caught him a couple of months ago in Junction City. That's where Sheriff Ritter is.
When's the hanging supposed to take place?
This week sometime. The date ain't certain yet. See if you got any mail. No mail, Vince, sorry.
Oh, I didn't really expect any. Helen Bricker. I hardly recognized her. And I didn't know her father.
Well, Strad ain't never really been the same. Not since she married Billy. Strad disowned her. That's all there is left of the Brickers, just a father and a daughter. Not one word spoken between them in 7 years.
That's too bad. Well, I'm going to be in town a couple of days. I'll drop by later for my mail.
Now, you be careful, Vint. If I was you, I wouldn't have nothing to do with her. Everyone in this town is dead set against her.
Fletcherville's her home. I guess she's got a right to come back to it.
Put this heel on just didn't know his trade. Ain't no reason for a nail to go through on the inside there if the heel was put on proper. Who made these boots for you anyway, Vint?
Let me see. Come to think about it, I think you did.
Me? You dang well know I didn't. I know my own work. I never turned out a pair of boots like that even when I was apprenticed.
Oh, we can soon find out. Look on the inside of the heel. I think your mark's there.
Hmm? Well, I'll be. How'd that ever get inside there?
Just got the word, Seth. Looks like they're not going to wait very much longer. They're going to string him up today.
Today?
Yeah. What's the matter? You don't look too happy.
What time today?
Sundown. The sheriff's staying over to claim the body for the next of kin. You know who that means. We're meeting out at Joel Fletcher's half hour before sundown.
Why?
You know why. Same time the state's getting rid of one of the Sparks, we'll be getting rid of the other.
How do you plan to do that?
Huh?
How are you going to get rid of the other Sparks?
We figure on letting Joel Fletcher handle that. It's his right. It was his paw Billy Sparks killed.
Seems to me this town's got a good case of lynch fever.
Seems like it's the town's business. None of yours, mister.
Don't get your quills up, Vint. There's just some things you can't do nothing about.
There's some things that need doing something about.
You don't understand, Vint. You're a rolling stone. Me, I'm in business in Fletcherville. So is Jim Pincher. The whole town is Fletcher built and run. I do like Joel tells me, and I get along. People ain't going to forget Dave Fletcher. Even Strad Bricker won't lift a hand for his daughter.
Seems to me I remember once that Joel and Helen Bricker were going to be married.
Yes, that was a long time ago. Two families had it kind of figured that way. Broke her paw's heart she didn't marry Joel. Dave Fletcher saved Strad's ranch once, and he stood the game before closing, too. Billy Sparks isn't worth a hair of Dave Fletcher.
Well, I'll be back to those boots later.
Vint, we all know you. It ain't a matter of you fighting for Helen. It's who you're fighting against. It's more than Joel. More than just one man. It's a whole town.
Seth, you stick to your last, and I'll stick to mine.
Suppose you heard the news, Bonner. They're hanging Billy Sparks this afternoon.
I heard something else I didn't like the sound of.
Suppose you just mind your own business.
I should think a whole town against one woman would be anybody's business.
You're not foolish enough to think there's anything you can do about it.
I don't know. But I might be foolish enough to try. You like to play with that thing, don't you?
I know how to use it, too. You might remember that.
I'll remember.
That's good. And while you're remembering, there's just one other thing. Stay away from Helen Bricker.
Here's something for you, too. I don't do business in this town. That's one advantage of being a Rolling Stone. Helen, you're still young. You could go someplace else, start all over again. You've got your whole life ahead of you. Bitterness and false pride do terrible things to a person.
I'm Strad Bricker's daughter. I can fight just as hard and last as long as he can.
Fight what? And for what? And in the end, what do you gain?
What do I gain? The knowledge that I'm just as strong or stronger than they are.
Oh, you'll have that all right. You'll have that. And then you'll have the battle scars to go with it. All of a sudden you'll be old and lonely, like your father. There's only one thing sadder than a lonely old man.
Then I know what you're trying to do. When I'm ready to change my mind, I'll change it. This is my home. I was born here, and I'm going to stay.
All right. Helen, I didn't want to tell you this. They're hanging your husband today at sundown. And at the same time they're hanging him, your neighbors are planning something for you. I don't know what.
I rode out to see Stradbricker. I didn't know what to expect or just what I would say to him. Maybe Joe Fletcher was right. Maybe I was being a little foolish. But I didn't like him saying it.
Live in the same town and don't see each other?
Vint, if you've come here to try to fix things up between us, you're wasting your time.
Well, I know it's none of my business.
I told her he was no good. Before she married him. I told her, but she knew more than everybody else. She wouldn't listen to me.
I guess it's pretty hard to see a person's faults when you're in love with them.
It had to take a lot to love Billy Sparks. Gun-happy fool. I was on the posse that went after him when he killed Fletcher. I went after my own son-in-law. Every man worth his salt in this town was on that posse. They don't come any better than Dave Fletcher. I owe everything I've got to him.
More than you owe your own daughter?
I haven't got a daughter. I'm not concerned with her anymore.
Yes, you are. You and the whole town are concerned. You're judging her and blaming her for something her husband did.
She doesn't have to stay here.
Oh, I didn't hear her complain. I don't think in all the time I've known the Bricker family I've heard anyone complain.
She's not a Bricker. She's Mrs. Billy Sparks, a murderer's wife. I'd sooner see her horsewhipped than have her called a Bricker.
I think maybe somebody has the idea to do just that.
What?
Joel Fletcher seems kind of handy with that whip he carries.
It's none of my business what he does.
Oh, I don't know. I've known you for a long time, Strad. I don't think you'd feel very good about it if any harm came to Helen.
Harm?
I hear some of the citizens are going to pay a visit to Helen at sundown. At the same time, they're hanging Billy in Junction City.
Ah, it's a lot of talk. Joel's excitable. He doesn't mean any harm. Besides, the sheriff would stop it.
The sheriff will be in Junction City till after the hanging.
Ah, what does she expect? Maybe it'll be all for the best. She doesn't belong in Fletcherville. This isn't her home, not anymore. Besides, if she needed anything, all she ever had to do was to come to me and ask.
You know she wouldn't do that. She's your own daughter.
Then why doesn't she say she's wrong? Why doesn't she come to me and say she's sorry? If she'd ask forgiveness, maybe I'd care what happens to her. Don't you see that, Vint? Then maybe I'd care.
Yeah. Yeah, I see.
Look, I know you're trying to be a friend, but no matter what anybody says or tries to do, I'm not leaving Fletcherville.
You are just as stubborn as your father. Aren't you going to ask me how he is?
I know how he is. He showed me this morning. He showed me plain.
Helen, I think I know you well enough to ask a question. Maybe you didn't know what Billy was like when you married him. But why did you stick with him after he killed Fletcher?
Well, I took vows, Vint.
And he gave you plenty of grounds to break them.
I'm my father's daughter. If I make a bargain or give my word good or bad, I'll stick to it. The sun's going down, Vint.
I understand you could have married Joel Fletcher.
Joel Fletcher? Did you get a good look at him this morning? You think he's any better than Billy? Besides, I wasn't going to be pushed into marriage because my father was beholden to his father.
With Sheriff Ritter away, there's no lawman to protect you, Helen.
Oh, I'm capable of protecting myself. Thanks, Vint. I'll be all right. I have this, and I know how to use it.
Helen.
I'll kill the first person who comes near this cabin. I mean it, Vint. I'm Billy Sparks' wife. A killer's wife, remember?
There's just a chance this town may forget. But if there's any gunplay here today, they never will.
I don't care if they do or don't. I married Billy. Nobody forced me to. I don't expect any favors now.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't think you're going to get any.
I told you to leave before they got here.
Give me that gun. You can get out the back way. I'll stall them.
I'm never thought I'd hear Bent Bonner tell anyone to run from a fight.
You never saw me walk right into one either. That's a mob out there. Do you know what a mob is? You think it's just a bunch of people? Well, it's not. It's the lowest form of animal.
Well, where do I run, Mr. Bonner? And when do I stop?
Mrs. Sparks? Mrs. Sparks, you here? We're giving you 2 minutes to come out.
I'll give you less than that to get off my property.
Now you stay here.
I don't want you taking my part, Vince.
Those fools out there I'm worried about.
We're coming in.
Staying out.
Get out of the way. This doesn't concern you.
Fletcher, I've seen men stoop pretty low. But what you're leading these men to do makes you kind of special.
This is none of your business, Bonner. I told you that. As for what we're planning, all we're going to do is give Mrs. Sparks a taste of the whip. Enough so she won't show her face in Fletcherville again.
Are you sure that's the reason? Or is it because her name is Mrs. Sparks and not Mrs. Fletcher?
You don't seriously believe that's why we're here?
Don't I? You wouldn't be the first man to lead people into doing things for one reason when the real reason was a hidden one of your own.
You're talking wild, Bonner. Now get out of our way. We're going to let one man tell us what we can do or what we can't do. This is our town, isn't it? Yes. Billy Sparks is dancing on air right now. I say let's get rid of the rest of his rotten family.
Stop! All of you, listen to me. I'll leave your town. Before I go, there's something you ought to know. You said Billy Sparks was dancing on air. You ever think what that must mean to me? All of you. Did you ever think what it was like for me? I had to live with him for 7 years. All right, go ahead. You think you're the only one who knows how to use a whip? Billy Sparks knew how to.
Can you forgive me, Helen? I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Listen to me. Listen to me, all of you. Just because...
Your father was a good man. Everyone here has cause to know that. But you aren't him or anything like him. If he were here to see this day's work, he'd be ashamed, as I am right now. He'd be ashamed. This town bears his name.
I don't think you're going to get a chance to use that today.
This is all your fault, Bonner. If it hadn't been for you.
You wouldn't have lasted long anyway. People have a habit of finding out tin gods sooner or later.
You're a big man with a gun in your hand.
I'll throw away my gun if you'll do the same with that whip.
services in Easter Creek since I'd been working on the Trosper Ranch. I was beginning to feel like a heathen. And the way Reverend Broom looked at me every time he saw me made me sure I was. So...
Well, Ben, what are you doing here in Easter Creek?
Howdy, Sheriff. Well, I just thought I'd come...
I simply can't. He just won't play anymore.
Oh, no, Elvira.
Heaven knows I have tried. I have done my best, but he's just plain worn out. You can't expect the thing to last forever.
No, of course not.
How do you think I feel every Sunday morning? All those sour notes and the wheezing and the whining. Folks are beginning to say it's me. They're saying Elvira Peoples playing sounds just like a cat being skinned.
All right now, folks, give me your attention, please.
Oh, get out of my way.
Give me your attention, please. All right, now, quiet down now. Quiet down now. It appears that matters have come to a serious crisis. It's bad enough for Easter Creek not to have a church, but to be without an organ and an organist, well, that's a disgrace. It's a positive disgrace. So I propose that we take steps to purchase an immediate replacement. Oh, Sheriff Abner, would you step up here a minute, please?
Oh, I've been afraid of this. You better come with me, Ben.
Now, Sheriff, as treasurer of our community fund, you can take charge of finding out where we can get a new organ.
Well, where's the money coming from?
Well, now, I've given that matter careful thought, Sheriff, and there's only one solution. We'll just have to borrow from the building fund.
That's true, Sheriff. This is an emergency. Now, what are you going to do about it?
Now, just a minute, Miss Fickett. And you too, Reverend Broom. Just how much money do you think we've got in the building fund?
Well, we must have at least $100. We've been putting aside money for 2 years now.
We've got $42.12.
$42?
And that includes the $3.65 we got from the Cake Bazaar a month ago.
Are you sure that's all we've got?
That's all we've got. Church over at Whitfield bought a new organ last Christmas. They're willing to sell us their old one. Second-hand, of course, but it's still in good repair, and they're only asking $95 for it.
$95?
We're over $50 short. We'll never raise that much by Easter.
Let us not despair, Miss Fickett. Sometimes Providence can take care of a situation like this. Mr. Bonner, would you step over here a minute, please?
Come on, Ben. Come on.
Now, Mr. Bonner, I know you're not a regular member of our congregation, and you've only been in our midst a little while.
Well, I'll be glad to help you out, Reverend Broom, but I'm afraid any donation I'll give you will be just a drop in the bucket.
Well, donation wasn't exactly what I had in mind.
Oh?
No, I think you'd be of a greater service in another fashion. Ladies and gentlemen, I propose that we appoint Vint Bonner, a committee of one, to take charge of the organ-raising fund.
Wait a minute.
Now, we all know Mr. Bonner is a man of strength and determination, and he inspires trust and confidence, and especially generosity.
If anyone can do it, Vint's the man.
Now, wait a second. Well, now, you've got to think positively, Mr. Bonner. And your approach will be 100% effective. And just to show you how easy it's going to be for you, we'll start out by taking up a collection right now. Sheriff Abner, will you pass the hat, please?
Reverend, you come back here.
All right, now, folks, dig down deep. This is a wonderful thing Mr. Bonner's doing for us. And this is our chance to show him how much we appreciate it.
Reverend, when you listen... Sheriff!
Now, hold on, Vint, hold on. You got to see my side of it. Now, all I had to do, you're going to say, is speak up for you. Well, the job you've had for only 2 days, I've had for over 2 years now. Now, I just couldn't stand it any longer. All right, go on. Call me a coward if you want to. Well, I am. Vint, I'd rather face up to a couple of honest cattle rustlers or a decent horse thief than that Miss Fickett, or any of the other ladies around the town when it comes to collecting money. Seems like whenever anybody talks about giving, they always mean somebody else should do it.
Yeah. Well, I guess I see your point.
You collect anything?
$11, that's what I got up to now.
Oh, Vin, that's wonderful. $11. Well, it'd take us at least a month to get that much. Well, within a week, you'll have the $50 for sure.
What do you mean in a week I'll have the $50? I've already talked to everybody in town.
Huh?
Well, you don't think this is any New York or Chicago or something, do you? There's only 70, 80 families around here. Of course, there's 100 dogs. I could go out to talk to them if you think it's right.
All right, calm down, Vin. Simmer down. I just slipped my mind for a minute.
Yeah. How'd you do with the church collection?
We got $1.44 in cash, 3 buttons, $500 bill.
$500?
Confederate.
What skunk would... Of course, there's one area I didn't bother with. They told me nobody's living up there. Up around Easter Creek on the north side.
Oh, it's a good thing you didn't go up there, Vin.
Well, nobody does live up there, do they?
Well, if there was, it would be nothing but a bunch of retired cattle rustlers, horse thieves, and worse. Mind you, I said if there was.
You mean somebody does live up there?
Oh, that's not what I said, Vin. You see, if I knew for certain that there were any outlaws living up near Easter Creek, it would be my duty to arrest them.
I see.
But if that Red-Eye Kirk ever comes anywhere near my town...
Red-Eye Kirk? Don't tell me he's holed up there.
That's not what I said, Vin. That's not what I said.
Well, what in tarnation did you say?
What I said was... what I mean is... Well, they do say there's a fellow resembles Red-Eye Kirk, has a place up in that section. Oh, just a resemblance, you understand? A lot of men look like other fellas, you know.
Sure they do. I see. Up on the north side.
Now, just a minute. Just a darn minute. What in tarnation do you want to go up there and let a fellow like Red-Eye Kirk kill you for?
You mean a fellow who looks like Red-Eye Kirk, if he lives up there?
No, well, whoever he is, what in tarnation has he got to do about raising money for a new organ?
I don't know. But I'm not going to leave any stone unturned. I'll see you later, Sheriff.
Goodbye, Vin.
What the sheriff had said got my curiosity up. I'd already passed a few shacks. People weren't exactly sociable. They had something else in common, too. All the horses and cattle had the darndest assortment of brands I ever did see. Anybody home? Anybody home?
Don't move. Or I'll put a hole where your collar button ought to be. Now you turn around slow and let me take a look at you. Now who are you and what do you want?
I'm looking for Red-Eye Kirk.
There ain't nobody here by that name.
Maybe you'll do then.
Huh?
My name is Bonner, Vint Bonner.
Bonner.
Yeah, well, take it easy with that gun, will you?
Now get him up. Now keep him up real high.
Oh, sure. This high enough?
Now you stand real still and don't you move at all. You really are Vint Bonner, ain't you?
Huh?
This gun of yours. Somebody told me about it once. Now you answer my question. What do you want?
Well, the fact is, what is your name?
Jones. Bill Jones.
Well, Mr. Jones, I've been given the job of collecting some money.
Huh?
You see, the folks down at Easter Creek need a new church organ, and that's what I'm collecting for.
What?
Well, it wasn't my idea. Reverend Broom kind of stampeded me into the job, and put it plain, I just never had a chance.
You mean you're out here talking to me, trying to raise money so you could buy a church organ?
That's it.
Why, I wouldn't give you 5 cents for every church organ west of the Mississippi River. Now, if you don't want a pound of lead in your carcass, you better skedaddle.
But it wasn't your money I wanted.
Huh?
Oh, no, it wasn't that at all.
Now, what the devil do you want?
Well, you see, I've heard that you're a pretty influential citizen hereabouts, at least with some of the folks. And it seemed to me if I was to go moseying around alone, they wouldn't take too kindly to the idea of giving me a donation.
They sure wouldn't.
On the other hand, Mr. Red-Eye, Jones, I've heard that you're pretty good at collecting money. I mean, you look like a man that would be pretty good at collecting money. So, if you was to go along with me and we'd kind of team up.
You mean you want me to go along with you?
That's it.
To help you to raise the money so you could buy a new church organ?
They couldn't arrest you for it.
They couldn't arrest me for it. Why, that's the doggonest notion anybody ever had. Me taking up a Sunday school collection. Think of the boys I could collect from. There's Jack Denton, Chavez, Wisconsin Billy. It'd be worth it just to see the look on their faces.
How about it?
Oh, you sure got a sense of humor, Bonner. You know something? This scheme of yours, I'm gonna take you up on it.
And you know something? I sure hoped you would.
Here we are. Denton! Come on out here, Denton!
Who is it?
It's me, Red-Eye! Who'd you think I was, little Bo? Well, I reckon you knew who I was all along, didn't you, Bonner?
Well, I make it a point never to argue with a man who's got a gun in my throat.
Oh, howdy, Red-Eye. What can I do for you? Who's that fellow with you?
Why, this here's Vint Bonner.
Bonner!
Come on out and be neighborly.
I never thought I'd live to see you riding with a lawman.
Well, I'm not a lawman. Let's say I'm law-abiding.
It's the same darn thing.
Now, wait a minute and listen. Now, we got a little project. Explain it to him, Bonner.
Well, let's put it this way. I'm collecting money for a new organ for Reverend Broom's church.
What?
That's right, Jack.
Yeah. Sounded like you said you wanted money for a new organ. I must be getting deep.
We ain't got all day. How much we need?
Well, let's see, 42 and the dollar, about $43.
Well, what you waiting for?
Sure, Red-Eye, sure. Let me look in my purse here. Yeah. 3 $20 gold pieces. I ain't so good at counting, but is that all right?
Well, that's fine, but you didn't have to give the whole thing.
Was there anything else, Red-Eye?
No, I reckon that's all. Come on, Bonner, let's go.
Hey, wait a minute. That fellow Denton, I've seen him someplace before. I've got it. The Silver Kid. Gee, I was just out of short pants, but I remember. He blew up the bank in Nogales and got away with $50,000 in new minted $20 gold pieces.
Why, that's foolish, Bonner. Why, the Silver Kid was shot down by a government agent 8 or 9 years ago.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Why, he does look some like the Silver Kid.
Sure are a lot of people around here who look like a lot of other people.
I was with old Silver.
Huh?
We'll go down to Mike Morgan's place next. It's just down the road a piece.
We don't have to.
What are you talking about?
All I needed was $43.32, and I've got more than that here. The organ's all paid for.
Well, there must be something else that preacher needs money for, ain't there?
Well, they could use a new church. Of course, that's out of the question.
Doggone it, Bonner. I was just beginning to enjoy myself. Besides, it wouldn't be fair to the rest of the boys if Silver, Denton, was the only one that had the chance to do any contributing. Why, the least we could do is stop at the Morgan place. It's just down the road a piece. I ain't never had a chance of doing any collecting of money before. Legal-like.
Red Eye? I'm with you.
Now look here, Red Eye. It's taken me nigh out of 30 years to steal enough money. Save up enough money so Amy and I wouldn't have nothing to worry about. Now, if you think...
Will you shut your big mouth, Mike Morgan, and give this here Mr. Bonner some money for his church?
Yeah, but Amy, honey, I already give him $20. Now, that should be enough.
You old skinflint. You've got more money buried under the floor of that cabin than you and me'll ever live to spend. $20.
Now, honey...
Now, Mr. Bonner, you just take that back to your church, and I'll take care of this worthless old thief.
Well, thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Bonner, could I talk to you for a moment, private-like?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Bonner, I've always had a hankering to... Well, I know it's asking a lot, but... Do you think them people in Easter Creek would let us come to church once in a while? Huh?
Well, I don't know.
I know Mike ain't nothing but a heathen, but I ain't much better for loving him. And love him I do since I was 18. And if there's one chance of getting him through them pearly gates, I sure don't want to miss it.
Well, Mrs. Morgan, I could talk to...
There's a lot of good in Mike in spite of his... Well, you know.
I'll talk to Reverend Broom and I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, Mr. Bonner. Now, Mike Morgan, stop sniveling about that money and get inside and fix that stove. You said you were going to do it over a week ago.
All right, honey. All right, Amy. Yeah, I'll fix the stove now.
We made quite a few more stops, and I never in my life met such an enthusiastic collector as Red Eye turned out to be.
I can't stop thinking about the look on Pete Miller's face when we told him what we was collecting for. He tripped over his shotgun and nearly blew himself over the barn.
That was a close one.
Doggone it, it's too bad Wisconsin Billy wasn't home, or he'd have been fit to be tied.
Well, I must have more than $1,000 here. More than I ever expected to collect. And I can't thank you enough.
Oh, that's all right, Vint. Think nothing of it. More fun than I've had in years. If you come back tomorrow, maybe we can get Billy yet.
Well, like I said, it's more than I ever expected. Thanks again.
Oh, Vint, if you ever do any more collecting, call on me, will you?
I won't forget you, Red Eye. It was getting late, and I was kind of anxious to get back to Easter Creek. After all, I did have over $1,000 in that saddlebag I was carrying. I wouldn't like to be in this section after nightfall with that kind of money.
Bushwhack me, huh?
No, I'm just trying to get your attention.
Well, you got my attention. Now, what do you want?
Well, Den said that Red Eye wants...
Red Eye?
Yeah. He said that you were taking up a collection.
Taking up a collection? Your name wouldn't be Wisconsin Billy, would it?
Oh, I don't want to admit to a name like that, but if you'll just let my arm go, I'll give you some money for your collection.
Well... what in tarnation are you fighting for?
I ain't had much chance to fight since I've been retired. I'd just like to fight.
You like to fight?
Oh. Mr. Bonner.
What?
Mr. Bonner, you mustn't think me ungrateful, but I'm afraid we can't accept this money.
Why not?
Well, you see, Sheriff Abner told me where you got it.
Oh, blabbermouth.
Now, mind you, I don't have any objections myself. I think that if help is offered, it should be accepted regardless of the source. But my congregation, well, they aren't quite so broad-minded. And this idea of allowing Mr. Red Eye Kirk and those other outlaws to donate...
Now, Reverend, I talked to your sheriff, and he told me there weren't any outlaws up that way. And from what I saw, if there were, mind you, I said if there were, they'd all be retired.
Well, yes, but we don't like to think of our town as a haven.
And the sheriff also said if there are any outlaws up there, he'd have to do something about it, and you haven't had any trouble in Easter Creek for some time, have you?
Well, no, but everybody knows it. It's common knowledge.
And that story about Red Eye Kirk helping me collect the money, that could be mistaken.
Well, maybe, but you were seen riding along with... Well, it looked like Red Eye.
Reverend Broom, I know from experience, a lot of people look like a lot of other people. That's just coincidence.
Coincidence?
Sure. Didn't Sheriff Abner ever tell you about that fellow up on Deer Mountain that looks exactly like Red Eye Kirk?
Oh, no, Mr. Bonner.
And if there were some fellas up there who might have gone a little bit beyond the law, well, to accuse them of being criminals will stir up a lot of trouble. So, Sheriff Abner's your duly elected sheriff, and he says they're all right, and goodbye, Reverend. I guess there was a little argument about whether or not to accept the money. But the sheriff and the reverend finally convinced folks they didn't have any right to turn it down. So the following Sunday, which happened to be Easter Sunday, the congregation had a new organ. I want you to know that that service was real well attended.
Marching as to war with the cross of Jesus going on before Christ our royal master lead against the foe forward into battle see his banners glow.
তোমাকে 15 লাখ টাকাই দিতে হবে। তুমি যদি দিতে না পারো তোমার বাবাকে কল দাও। তোমার যত জমি জিরাত বাড়িতে যা যা আছে এগুলো বেচা হইলেও তোমরা আমাদের টাকা পাই পাই করে শোধ করবা।
একটা ব্যাপার কি খেয়াল করছো? শহরে কিন্তু দুইটা রূপ, রাতের এক রূপ, দিনের আর এক।
বেঁধেছি ঘর হৃদয়ের পর গাঢ় সবুজ ওই গহীন বনে।
আরে ব্রো সবসময় চিল থাকতে হবে, কিচ্ছু মাথায় নেওয়া যাবে না।
ভালোবাসা হচ্ছে একজন আরেকজনের উপর ভরসা করে, একজন আরেকজনের হাতের উপর হাত রেখে এই জীবনটা কাটিয়ে দেয়। কিছু মানুষ এই রাত জেগে থাকে আর টাকার বিনিময়ে সুখ খোঁজে। বসুন।
এখন তো সিরিয়াস হওয়া উচিত, তাই না? আমি তো কোথাও যাচ্ছি না পার্টি করতে, তুমি কেন যাচ্ছ? কেন বন্ধ করতে পারতেছো না বলো তো? কার যে কোথায় সুখ সেটা তার প্রিয় মানুষটাও কখনো জানতে পারে না।
পাশাপাশি তবু যাচ্ছি বিপরীতে, কাছাকাছি তবু যাচ্ছি বহু দূরে।
হাই, ইউ লুক গুড।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
Lắp bằng số phát chết át thì mày qua là bạn góc kia chưa? Mày đi, mày đi, 4 tháng đi. Đây rồi, đến được giao dòng rồi. Có kiếm đồ tanh. Tốc độ cao vậy thôi, 430 quay thì tốc độ cao lắm. Khiếp, 3 thằng tốc độ cao đua nhau à? Anh sắp dừng rồi, anh sắp đến giới hạn. Tật quỷ đây. Đua nhau rồi chứ nhỉ? Sao nó bị như lên nhỉ? Đấy, 415 này. Lục mới à? 20 này. Rồi new record. Bảo mà tận 430 quay. Lục mới tận 430 sửa có ai vượt qua được. Có tiền à? Đây, add 2. Rồi đây. Rồi xong rồi. Một cái đồ thủ à? Rồi thôi tượng đi. Đâu có đồ. Thế rồi. Hết rồi. Chi cái xa này. Kéo dài. Là còn ý đây cút lắm ạ. Rồi, không phải thằng này. Ý đây cầm cái cút. Một con là 2 ạ. Ad 2 không sao. Vừa đây ad 1 sợ đi ad. Thằng Oan gửi đồ à? Không sao, mình có hai bên hai thú tượng mà. Ui, xét nhảy được ấy nhở? Xét 1 ạ. Hỏng rồi, thua thì đéo không được. Xét vẫn sống mà. Đéo hiểu. Rồi, mình sợ gặp thằng này cút luôn quá. Đéo mà giết được nó ạ, gặp nó chắc cút luôn. Vẻ đi. Chịu rồi. Đánh bài 5, đánh bài xong đấu ạ. Xong đấu Long Vương. Sửa khỏe vãi, anh đéo đánh được. Anh gặp thằng anh thua luôn. Đi lao 3 hoặc là set 2 thì còn có cơ hội. Thấy đó thật. Rồi cộng 10 perfect cho tao. Thằng cầm át nhỉ? Thằng này cầm một con át, đéo ra át như ai. Cười rất chịu. Ngon thì lớt à? Anh cần đi lao 3. Rồi gặp thằng này rồi. Gặp thằng ấy rồi. Kệ đi. Thôi anh bay tiếp, anh không quan tâm. Không quan trọng vụ nổ lớn. Đi đây kìa, sợ vãi. Ê, thằng này xin xuống đây đấy. Rồi, xong rồi, thua rồi. Đi rồi. Đi xin xuống. Mình bao nhiêu? 5 mở, ủa 50%. 35 mở. Thua em rồi. Mọi ngày giữa đêm tối. Chuẩn không? Ui, ra với bia này. Độc dược à? Thôi cút. Không quan trọng. Vụ nổ lớn. Bịch. Sẽ sẵn bài tử thần mà. Để hiểu sẽ sẵn bài. Chơi chạm đất, trải thải cái đường đâu mà chạm chứ. Là thế rồi. Đang xuống rồi, đang vòng xuống rồi, đang vòng xuống. Đang số thì binh sinh linh không? 3, 2, 1. Perfect một lần này. Đấy, kiếm 15 lần perfect không? 100 lần perfect thì đã ăn 6 triệu. Nhờ 7 triệu. Mình cần 50 thôi, đã được 5 củ rồi. 7 củ là bình thường. Chuẩn rồi. Đấy á, đón thêm một nhịp. Đón thêm một nhịp là mình rồi. Đây chị. Ok. Không được. Mất kiếm mà. Cô không mất áo luôn. À? Nhớ con gì? Phải lấy găng tay. Đây để thay. Rồi 1, 2 lần. Thế là 30% à? Xem bao nhiêu nhá. 30% bình cũng gần 5 củ ấy. 40 củ à? 2 lần được 10 củ luôn rồi. Thì ảo điếc. Let's go. Một chiếc binh chi linh không vậy. Bánh 7 láp à? Vậy 456 triệu coin để rebirth tiếp à? Khó đấy. Anh cần 50 củ này. Phải chừng 40 củ tròn. Kiếm tiền thực sự điêu ấy. Một lần perfect này. Một lần perfect. Thầy lái. Ui kìa. Anh bốc lửa từ đó đến giờ. Anh hay vậy. Anh hay như điên mà chịu trốn. Cung xanh à? Đáy máu. Đây Đúng ra thì buồn lắm rồi. Buồn lắm em ơi. Biết trách ơi. Đấu lên được rồi. Ôi 18 máu 2 sao nữa. Thiếu tận 68 tiền cơ. Mới có 53 tiền. Chưa đủ. Bay nữa ông thầy. Bay như hack rồi. Bay khác thì hack đâu. Mình phải áp file được mà. Asma. Chi hết lava dragon. Cái cục lava phế mà. Thấy khỏe hơn. Thề vừa đánh oan nó còn chết cơ. Thằng thì top 1. Bạn cao thằng top 1 vậy. Thắng top 1 này. Nếu sao thắng là thằng top 1 rồi. Phải thắng không vậy? Bắn nhỉ. Nhanh ghét. Thắng đi. Chưa thắng rồi, gần thắng. Khiếp, phải bắn toàn để chiêu bắn được mà. Đéo có đam. What the hell, 5 phép. Chịu rồi. Toàn 5 phép ạ. Ra gì à? Ra sẽ khó lắp bù làm mau đấy. Cầu nguyện đi. Thằng cũng không may nhỉ mà. Nhớ hôm nay chắc con rồi. Là bản thân cũng vậy. Thằng điên rồi. Mày máu sống không vậy? Sống phải ra ria đi. Kéo ra ria thua đấy. Mày đánh thằng rừng đâu? Thằng đánh thằng sĩ vậy.
xí của tao vậy. Hay rồi, hay rồi, hay. Hay, xếp mấy nữa là hay. Xếp mấy nữa là hay. Đấy ơi, Mai. Mai. Nếu được rồi, không hay rồi, không hay. Vẫn thua. Vẫn thắng.
দরকার পড়লে একটা রিকশাওয়ালাকে বিয়ে করবো তারপর তোকে বিয়ে করতে
তুমি যদি মরে যাও আমি তোমাকেই বিয়ে করব।
দেখো দেখো বিয়ে এত সোজা না।
5টা কমিশন।
কয়টা? 5টা। আমি জেডি সাফায়েত সম্রাজন স্যার এটা তো ভোটার আইডি কার্ড স্যার।
বাড়িতেই করবেন নাকি হোটেলে?
না না আপনি যেমনটা ভাবছেন বিষয়টা তা না। ভাই আপনি তো করবেন।
তোমাকে দিয়ে হবে না আমি জানতাম, শুধু শুধু সময় নষ্ট করো না।
ভাই আপনি তো অনন্ত দলিল না যে অসম্ভবকে সম্ভব করে আপনার কাজ। জিমি জিমি জিমি
কি হচ্ছে?
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা আচ্ছা
আঙ্গের একদম বইরা দিমু। যাচ্ছে সব বাইট কর।
শর্ত দিয়ে বিয়ে শর্ত দিয়ে বিয়ে।
ভাই যে বয়সে মানুষ গার্লফ্রেন্ডের কামড় খায় সে বয়সে আপনি কুত্তার কামড় খেয়ে হাসপাতালে ভর্তি হয়েছেন।
ভালোবাসা সুন্দর, ভালোবাসাও সুন্দর। মানুষ নিজের অজান্তেই ভালোবেসে ফেলে।
আমার মনে হয় কি জানেন, আপনার মতো জানাশোনা কাউকে না আমার বিয়ে করা উচিত।
এটা কি উপলক্ষে?
ম্যাডাম ফুলটা গ্রহণ করুন তারপরে বলতেছি।
ভোটার আইডি কার্ডে যার স্বাক্ষরের জায়গায় টিপসই দেয় এখানে কেউ ডাক্তার।
এই দুইজনের মধ্যে যে আগে ম্যাডামের মন জয় করতে পারবে ম্যাডাম তার।
একদিন না দেখলে তোমায় বন্ধু আন্ধার লাগে সব। তোমার এই প্রেমে এমনই টান।
রোগীদের তো ডক্টরের কাছে আসলে ব্যথা কমে যায়, আপনি তো উল্টো হলো কেন? আপনি কি একটু উল্টা?
তোমায় ছাড়িয়া যাব মরিয়া, তোমায় ছাড়িয়া যাব মরিয়া। যেও না বন্ধু আমার ভুলিয়া ভুলিয়া।
আমার মনে হয় আমার সমস্যা কপালে। ম্যাডাম আমার কপালে নেই, আমার কপালে আছে দাগ।
Chọn gom bro 50k game. Cần thêm mấy, cần thêm mấy. Thêm mấy. Cần nhiều game không? Đấy, anh xếp chuẩn mà. Anh biết, chắc anh đoán gặp thằng này rồi. Thế rồi sao lên xếp con bạt điện. Bạt cứng đấy. Bạt sự cứng đấy. Nhưng mà góc mua la quăng à, phải đi rồi. Để cho biết gặp thằng nào luôn. Giờ 4 thằng biết là gặp thằng nào luôn. Rồi xong. Là có 4 thằng rồi. Dấu gì lên? Dấu anh đi không lên 2 à? Chết nhau. Ngồi chưa? Có mỗi kiếm làm chí? Chưa. Chương 15 vậy bro vui. Thôi thua. Top 3 không? 4 không? Tất hai thua luôn rồi. What the hell, tao thua này. Top 3, top 4 à? 4. Nguyên nhà. Cũng phải là khởi đét. Rồi gì? I'm sorry. Ai trừ ngay ở kia trừ thế còn 9 máu. Cho được thế. Căng thế. Cái bé bị lag à? Chuẩn bố. Rồi thầy Rebirth đây. Bye bye Broccoli. Rebirth là nữa nó cho gì không? Danh hiệu gì không? Anh cầm cái danh hiệu mới đấy. Vẫn là Ace. Mấy thằng này là Beginner. Mấy cả First Block. Việt Nam mày sao đánh đêm với Broccoli? Xin lỗi. Chuẩn. Từ từ vào check xem là bao nhiêu phút rồi. Từ từ xem nó bảo ngày bao nhiêu thì của hát. Chờ đấy ha. Trước ngày 10 tháng 7 nhanh về Broccoli cùng tao. Vào cái đéo vậy. Sao đến to nhỉ? 12 à? Là 62 tiếng. À, đâu đúng 50 tiếng chứ, mình áp đây đúng 50 tiếng. Phải không? Đấy nhá. Đúng rồi, đúng 50 tiếng. Đấy. Đây từ 48 với cộng 12 là 50. 48 với cộng 12 là 60. Nhầm. 60 tiếng là ngày 6 đúng không? 60 tiếng ngày 6 này. 6 tháng 7 này. Đây, 7 tháng 7 này. 60 cộng 3, 63. 63, 67, 68. 68 với cả bao nhiêu đây? 8 với cả qua là 69 rưỡi này. 69 rưỡi với cả 70 rưỡi. 70 rưỡi với 2 tiếng là 72 rưỡi. 72 rưỡi với cả 74 rưỡi. 74 rưỡi với cả đây. À không, 74 rưỡi với cả bây giờ 74 rưỡi à? 74 rưỡi là còn 26 tiếng à? Có thua. Anh không đi. Quay xuống cho đồng một. Hôm nay 10 Broccoli ơi, sự buồn đấy. Tôi show đâu. Tầm 10 sắp có xong không vậy? 2 ngày à? Ngày xe hát à? 123. 123 đi. What the hell? Cái gì à? Rồi. Có nhau đầy đúng không? Tao rét này đúng gì có nhau khi nào ta đi làm đâu quá Broccoli 900k. I'm sorry. Còn bỏ mới làm lâu thì sữa Phong cũng kiếm gỗ. Trong ca không kiếm xịn này được xong kiếm xịn 700k ở đây được. Ok sợ anh đi bớt liên tục ấy. Mà hết tiền nữa rồi mày thích đi bớt lên tàu bóng. Rồi gì của broccoli sơn bố à. Pha sự kinh khủng ấy, phải cần yes. Yes. Trèo thương mại. Chúng mình các bà mẹ kêu mình dung trên mạng à. What the hell. Cho toàn viết thế này. Thần tài à, đừng thua nhà đéo nào. Vì phết nhà dấu ấn đánh thần tài sự quỷ quỷ ấy. Nhưng nghiện nó khác. Đéo xem. Mắt phải thì mình trong túi. Có cái đồ đéo gì cơ thì kiếm mà ngu thế. Logic khai rất nhiều quyền trợ nhé. Cút ngay lập tức. Vậy đâu chuẩn không? Chuẩn không block luôn, chuẩn không block luôn. Là úp Annie này. Đây. Trốn nhỉ à? Đưa ra Annie khỏi giao dịch kìa. Và chán quá. Giờ nó cũng nuôi. Chỉ vậy. Dòng tiền bảo tàng, bảo quản. Chỉ là cái này có gì. Yeah. 65M. Đó rồi. Này mấy M kiếm ấy. Yes, broccoli. I'm back. I'm back bro. Lầm bành. Rồi được cái lầm bành. Rồi nhiều xu ấy. Farm rồi đất sự nhiều xu ấy. Binh. We also broccoli. Okay. Tiếp tục về. Yes. Ủa. Vậy. Trực tiếp. Chán mấy gì. Yes. Kiếm sĩ nhất chị phải không? À không, kiếm nhất khác. Cái cũng cầm 100 củ ấy. Nhớ là 100 củ rồi bạn. Rồi. Ta thread đấy mà. Thread 3 không gọi. Cái gói trang bị ạ, cho gì? Được em. Này rất là xấu.